I completed my 10th, and then further I went to college. Again, going to college was another level of torture, because the fact remains is that you are going to a space where everybody is speaking in English and you don't know how to speak in English because you come from a middle class Maharashtrian family. There is the class issue apart, but forget about gender issue. There is a huge amount of class issue. People are not willing to talk to you, people are not going to interact with you, and it was a difficult time. As a result of that, I flunked in 11th standard when I was taken a science, because my mother had huge expectations from me that I will be able to earn better, I will be able to take care of her, I will be able to have a family, children, all the things that she did not get in her life. She did not get the love of her husband. She wanted to see me having a family with wife and children and everything, and all those, and take forward her name. Of course, I had a different plans altogether, and I was not being able to tell her that. In my school days, also, I used to keep long hair. I used to do eyebrows, but I used to hide that. I used to wear cap, or I used to wear dark glasses just to make sure that people don't realize it. I used to sit alone in the college. Also, I never used to talk to anybody else when I was completing education. But I realized one thing at the early age, Neha, is that if I don't complete my education, I will not be able to fetch money. I will be left to die on the street. I will be left to beg on the street, and nobody will take care. Nobody will care a damn about what I'm leaving about that. The other bigger responsibility that I had, Neha, was about taking care of my mother, because I knew deep down my heart that when I was growing up and I was identified as a weird child, my mother didn't let me go. So I owe her. I owe her that. I knew that I can't. Anything will happen to me. Whatever I want to do, I will always do. So at that point of time, I had this very strong feeling, Neha, that is, I will sacrifice everything for my mother. I will live like a man. For my mother, I will wear all the formal clothes. For my mother, I will. I was also thinking that maybe I will just get into a marriage of convenience, where I will find somebody, some person, from some village or something like that, where I don't have to do anything with that woman, and I will beg her and I will tell her that, listen, I have to hide my identity. Please, I'm like that, and I will not be able to do anything with you. But the fact remains is just because to satisfy my mother, you have to bear a child of somebody else and take care of my family. I was thinking at that level, because I was not willing to compromise on my mother's happiness, and my own happiness was nowhere at that point of time. So as a result of that, till the age of 22 years, what I did is that I completed my education, hiding my gender identity and sexuality. Till that time, I've never met a single person. Okay, I didn't know if there are homosexual people are there. I didn't know if there are transgender people are there. The only people that I knew was the people who are begging on the signals, and I was scared with them, because that's what my mother gave that kind of perceptions to me. Then what happened basically is that once I completed my graduation, I wanted to become a doctor. I wanted to become a psychiatrist. But in the last year of my education, I was a quite bright student. But we had these two subjects, economics and psychology, in 14th standard, and they said that if you take a psychiatrist, then you have to complete your education 3 more years. I did not had money, because I was already doing a part-time job. I was taking care of somebody's dog. I was taking people's dog for walk. I was doing some small bank. So because I was supporting my own studies after 12th standard, I didn't want it to burden my mother. And the only plan that I had in my mind, that I should get a job. At that point of time, computers were very new in the field. Right now, we work in Windows, but I come from an age. I look like a dinosaur. I come from an age where we used to have these big floppies and Linux computer and DOS commands and everything. So at that point of time, I've learned computers. You can understand, and I learned software engineering, and I was actually teaching in computer institute. I was earning pretty well. I was at that point of time I was earning 6,000 rupees, which was a good amount of money. It was equivalent to around 30, 40,000 right now.